Hello. You're listening to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast. And on this episode, PlayStation games are coming to PC sooner than later, and Hideo Kojima has a banger right in his development. All right, let's take it off, Jim. Woo! Yeah, the intro now. Yeah. All right, I'm keeping that, doing it live, not editing that out. So it's for you, Kevin. Yeah, thanks, Sam. So hello, once again. My name is Taylor, and I'm joined by my co-hosts Brianna and Sam, and Ted, Sam's dog. And you're listening to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast. Remember, you can find this podcast over on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia every Tuesday. And while you're over there,
look at her eyes.
Oh yeah, she's a little demon, isn't she? Her cat. Brianna's cat is going through an exorcism. You can find this podcast over on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia every Tuesday. While you're over there, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you'd rather listen on audio, we're on all your favorite podcast services and would love it if you could leave us a review. It helps us grow, and we would love any feedback. And if you'd like to interact with us more, including sending in questions or just talking to us, please join the Discord down with the link in the show notes below. We've been having a lot of Discord activity recently, a lot of good stuff. We talk about both everything and nothing and all in between.
Shout out to the Discord movie nights on Saturdays.
Shout out to the Discord movie nights on Saturdays that I don't go to, but please.
That I specifically put Nightmare Before Christmas on so that Taylor could watch, and then he didn't come.
Oh, whoops. I cut my eye. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Ted. Ted was upset about that as well.
Yeah. If you want to support us and get early access to all Save the Game Media content, head over to patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia and choose the tier that's right for you. Just like our current patrons, Bucky Blue, Hopple, Alpaca Tom, SAZ, Fabulous Brianna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Brianna's wife, Brianna's toaster, Brianna's refrigerator, Brianna's cutting board, Brianna's bread knife.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have no kitchen supplies besides like a toaster oven.
I just started listing supplies. For context, the amount of Brianna's patrons ends after Brianna's wife. So the rest of those inanimate objects are not sentient, unfortunately. And nor do they subscribe to her patron yet. Aman, Anna Hudak, and Nikolai at Night. So thank you all to our lovely patrons. I said patrons. Patrons!
I wasn't going to say anything.
patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia. Once again, links all in the show notes. And I want to mention, we are currently less than a month out from Extra Life 2022. Myself and Kevin from Project XBot, also known as Project X Talk, are going to be with Carpool Gaming and Trophy Room and all these great people in this indie video game podcast scene in Rome, New York in a month. So we would love it if you guys check out our live stream. Yeah, there's going to be a joint live stream including myself, Kevin, the crew at Carpool Gaming and Trophy Room. We're all going to be sharing one setup, streaming to all our different communities, YouTube channels, or Twitch. So that'll be really great. It'll be a great time for a community. So please check out Extra Life with the link in the show notes. We would love your support, even just checking out the stream. If you could do nothing else, it helps us. Sorry, and let me back up by saying Extra Life raises funds for pediatric illness hospitals and the Children's Miracle Care Network in the U.S. So it's for a good cause, and it's a great community builder, and it's great all around. So please check out Extra Life. Links in the show notes. So with that said, what you playing? And I want to start with Sam, who unfortunately missed us last week. But Sam, I'm glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you mean Ethan 2.0?
Yeah. And I don't know if you listened, but I called Ethan almost the entire
game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have a vape, so I can't be Ethan.
Oh my God, Ethan! If you're listening to this, Sam just said he hates vaping and thinks you're hurting yourself, and you should stop.
Okay. Yeah, just run that back, Ethan,
I
just a
can't
couple
believe
of
you
times,
just
just to
said that.
make sure what was being said.
Amazing. Anyway, what you been playing, Sam? Or
I
Redact?
have been playing Redacted.
Okay.
I can't currently talk about it. I wish I could. I am having a pretty good time, and I think the plan is for both myself and Kevin to do a review once the game formally releases. That might give some people an indication of what game I'm talking about. I'm not sure. Other than that, I haven't been playing anything.
Oh.
That has been eating up pretty much all of my time for the past
Oh.
8 days or so, doing prep work and then getting the code in for the game. So, yes, that is. I wish I could say more, but I cannot.
Yeah. It may or may not be a new Paw Patrol.
Okay, well, the cat's out of the bag now, or I guess the dog's out of the bag now.
Right. Ted's out of the bag.
Not. Yes, he's off. He's gone. He's gone.
Ted, Sam's dog, for audio listeners. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I hope we can talk about Redacted and
Soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Bree? Are you playing Redacted?
No, I don't have the privilege of having anything redacted in my life.
Oh, well, take your
I have been playing Outer Wilds.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You
Good
can
job.
catch the playthrough on YouTube. That one's a
How-
full playthrough on YouTube.
How's that going? Are you like hitting your head against a wall because you're like, what do I do?
No, I broke through that wall pretty quickly. Like I did hit it probably about like 2 hours in. And then I got like mad. And then, well, actually, the game started by pissing me off because I just went wandering in my ship and I was just like, oh, this looks like a cool place. And okay, for anybody that knows, okay, I have this weirdly irrational fear of water in video games. It's specifically in video games because in video games they will put stuff in water. In real life, I will go in the middle of a lake and jump off, no life vest or anything. I'm fine in water. In water in real life, I'm totally fine. In video games, I have a bad time. So come to my surprise, I'm just flying my ship around. And there's a giant anglerfish just eats me. I thought I was gonna cry on stream. I got so sick to my stomach. I was so scared. I was like, I'm never coming back. I know I'll have to go back, but I don't want to go back. I was so scared.
If you want to beat the game, you'll have to go back. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know.
Yeah.
I was so scared. I was so scared. I can't even tell you. I was like hot flashes all over my body. I was like, oh my god. Other than that, and you'll have to give me a moment so that, like, just in case I start laughing. I did play Elden Ring a bunch. I finally rebuilt. I finally accepted that I don't really know how to use magic weapons. And greatsword build is unfortunately just like what I know how to do.
That's what a lot of Souls fans do. No shame.
Yeah. So, well, I just wanted to be cool and use these other like really cool swords, which I did use them for a long time. It helped me beat like probably a good third of the game.
Yeah. When I left off, I was Faith, Dex. So I just got this scythe, a scythe that scales that way, and then I stopped playing. And then if I pick it back up again, that's where I'm at with that build. I hear there's a lot of like faith strength weapons, but for faith skill or faith dex, I mean, there isn't that. It's slimmer pickings. So
yeah,
I think in general, faith weapons are pretty slim pickings. I think you're gonna have like a lot of strength, intelligence, dexterity, stuff like that.
Yeah, but anyway, I interrupted you. So
no,
you've
you're
been
good.
playing Elden Ring.
I've been playing Elden Ring, and you'll be excited to know I beat Commander Niall, and I beat him.
No.
Wait, what?
I beat Commander Niall. Neil,
I love that. That's a audio listeners. Bree's holding up a plushie of a beat plant. Wait, so it's called Commander Nile, like Nile?
It's Niall.
Is it an indie game? What is this?
No. I beat in Elden Ring. I beat this boss.
Oh,
and
okay.
When I tell you I have been stuck on this boss for 5 months, I'm not exaggerating. Okay. I played the game about a month straight from release, just constantly. And then I got on this boss and I got stuck and I couldn't get unstuck.
Oh my god. Is this a required boss or is this a side area?
It's a required boss.
Okay. It took me like embarrassingly, several days to beat Godric.
That's
And
not
that's like
bad.
that's
Yeah.
supposed to be like, I don't know, an easier boss. Maybe like 6 hours of playtime it took me to beat him.
Yeah,
In
that's
the
not
grand
bad at
scale
all.
of things, but I think there's always that little bit of acclimatization with any FromSoft title where you just have to
Yeah.
Mhm.
get back into the swing of things.
Yep.
Mhm.
It took me
Mm.
12 hours. Oh, and I beat it using the what was the name of it? It was like the Blood Fang
Mm-hmm.
sword, great sword.
Yep.
I beat it with that. Um,
You
yeah,
beat it.
I beat it with a real beat. And I used this weapon art a lot. I remember that.
This is just.
Well, that's awesome. You got it. You beat Commander Nilebreeze. So now you
Yeah.
you have momentum to continue Elden Ring to the end now, or
Yeah, now I
forward?
can keep playing.
That's awesome.
I have to tell you, I'll have to send you guys a clip of it. It's about, if you go to my last stream from Friday, the 7th of
At
October.
twitch.tv/fabulous Brianna, FABULIST BREANNA, all one word. I'm
Yep,
shocked I think I spelled her name correctly, but
you
that's her
did.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did. So if you go to about 8.5 minutes in and watch until about 10 minutes, you'll hear me make some of the weirdest noises. I was doing this weird shriek thingy. Don't know what was happening. But Kyle explained it as like Mickey Mouse noises.
Are these like
So
grunts you
I was
make when you're
very
fighting?
excited. No, I just got so excited that I beat the boss and I was trying not to scream. And so I was just doing these
Okay.
weird, like, anyways, I'll have to send you guys a link to the time
It's
code
alright.
because it's funny. But yeah, that's mostly my achievement. I don't know if there's anything else that's more important than that. So
Did you use Mimic Tear?
no. I used Ancient Knight Kristoff.
Oh, okay.
Ancient Dragon
Yeah,
Knight
that's fair
Kristoff.
enough. Yeah, that's fair
He's
enough.
like he's like the same level as my Mimic tier. And
Mhm.
he's like super tank, and he like has that lightning strike thing, so he like
Yeah.
draws attention. So that way, because there's like 3 people in the fight, and he draws attention usually of 2 of the 3, and so
Oh,
that way I
wow.
can smack one of the 3. And what really helped with the greatsword build is that those things are only like 3 smacks instead of
Mhm.
like having to hit them
What
like a bunch of times.
are these summons? What are these? I guess I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
summons
so
like
you get like the summoning bell. So you just have like different things you can summon. A
Oh, did you
mimic.
summon an
Here.
NPC?
No, well, kind of.
Or like you can co-op with NPC.
It's like they're basically like a spirit. It's not
Okay, so
that
yeah,
kind
like
of
spirit. Like
summoning.
I had a wolf spirit. There's another spirit I
Mhm.
got too.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
is it
that, except for they're like
okay?
a little bit higher level ones. My
Okay.
favorite one is the jellyfish, but
There's
it's
a
not really
jellyfish.
viable. It just like sits there and like spits venom. I love
I
it.
mean, yeah. What else would it? Or
I don't know
electricity?
what I don't know. It's super cute though, and it like it's like the floats and then it glows, and so if it's dark and then you're hanging out with it, it's really nice. It's like my bestie.
Awesome. Love to hear that, Bree.
What have you been playing, Taylor?
What? Don't worry about it. Okay. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
I've been saying I want to pick up the game again, and I finally did.
So
I
proud
think
of you.
I'm right on the end of Act 2. I guess I don't want to spoil it for audio listeners because I'm pretty anal about spoilers. But Sam, from what I told you before we started recording, is that's the last mission for Act 2, I assume, what I'm about to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct.
Okay. So
There is a
almost.
little addendum on the end of that mission once you complete like the main objective, but that is
Okay.
like the
Yeah.
final thing in Act 2.
Okay. So I'm like basically almost into Act 3, and there's 3 acts in Ghost of Tsushima.
Mhm.
So moving on there, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. I unlocked Ghost Dance, where you can dismember people, and that's very fun. I did not expect Jin to get that gruesome, but I'm here for it. I think I'll try to complete every named objective, like every named Tale of Tsushima, like how a certain named NPC, like Yuna, has 4 missions, or Norio has 9 missions to beat, stuff
Mhm.
like that. I think I want to do all of those, all the mythic tales, Iki, and the main story before I put it down. I don't really care about the unnamed side quests or the platinum. But yeah, so
Cool.
I still like exploring and stuff. When it comes to completionist things, those are my main side objectives, are all the mythic tales and all the named tales of Tsushima
Yeah.
and Iki. But yeah, and I'll do Iki after the main story. But things are going well there, and yeah, I'm still playing on lethal. It's still fun. I think I'm a little OP, a little bit. I have like all the stances, all the stance skills done. I
Okay.
have. How do I say this? I have like 53 hours in the game, and I'm only starting to enter Act 3 for some context here. I think that's a lot of game time for where relative to where I am in the game,
Hmm.
or I assume it is. At Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ethan said it took him 50 hours to platinum the game.
I think that's about the same for me as well, roughly.
Yeah, and I'm 53 hours, 2/3 of the game in. But that's how I usually play games slower than most. I think Last of Us 2 took me 40 hours to beat on hard.
Right.
So, yeah, having fun there. And I think I'll transition to Luigi's Mansion 3 at some point closer to Halloween as my spooky game for the month.
Mhm.
First time.
I am going to be playing the third person Village, Resident Evil Village.
Oh, nice.
I'm so scared
Ooh,
already.
I might play that for Lady D. That's the only reason.
10 out of 10 reason. So in our Discord, Kevin called us the thirstiest podcast. And you know what? It's true. And I
No,
appreciate
it's not.
it.
They're a thirstier podcast. They're certainly
No,
not
and
a
in
board
Save the
podcast.
Game Media is what he meant. But
No, I Hate My Friends is more thirsty.
is it?
Yeah. Yeah. You guys talk about some pretty raunchy stuff. A lot of it's your fault, Brie.
I'm sorry, okay? Well, I was going to say something, but I'll stop.
Sam, is that apple juice? Is that water?
It is just water, but it is a repurposed apple juice bottle. Yeah.
Love me some hard apple cider in the fall. Hard cider. Or warm regular cider.
Whew, don't get my taste buds tickled. I don't know what I was just saying, but I'm going to run with it.
Wait, are you not a fan of cider?
No, I am. That's
No.
where I was going. I was like, "Oh,
Okay.
that sounds really nice."
Oh, yeah, get
But
your
I
taste
didn't
buds.
say
Okay,
that.
I
just
understand.
said
I
something
feel like
weird.
tingling would have been maybe better.
That would have been a better one. Yeah.
But tickled, yeah, it was
alas,
very
I did not say
unexpected.
that.
Toothbrush tickle my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that happened. All right. So with that, let's get into the news.
There's no news this week.
Vague Keemstar reference. All right. So our first story: PlayStation games are coming to PC sooner rather than later. Herman Holst, I don't know what his official position is. He's basically the
Head of
games.
PlayStation Studios,
Yeah.
I guess.
That is him. Yeah, he's like the games boss of PlayStation Studios.
Yeah,
Head
he's the head of PlayStation.
The head of PlayStation Studios. I didn't know his exact title. He used to be a gorilla, Herman Holst. Hell of a lot better than Jim Ryan. Anyway, an interview with Julian Cheesy. I'm gonna say Cheesy. Chiesi? Chiese.
I think they're French, so
Chiese.
Yeah.
that
Jay-Z.
One of
An
those.
interview with someone named Julian, Holst has outlined the future of Sony's dual platform release strategy. Quote, I think going forward, we'll see at least a year between releases on PlayStation and the PC platform, possibly with the exception of live service games. Quote, live service games are a little bit different in nature because you want to have a strong community, strong engagement right away, right when you go live. So we might, in the case of our live service offerings, go day and day with PC and the PlayStation platform, end quote. This comes to us from Jordan Middler at VGC. I guess we'll start. I think seeing it, I'm not surprised live service would release on PC and PlayStation PlayStation day and date. Although I am surprised that Holst was so forward about it. I thought they would have saved this for some stupid PlayStation blog announcement shindig or something, but nope, just say in the interview. So live service is probably coming day and date. For what I'm most interested in, I think that's probably Factions. I'm excited to play that on PC day one, especially having access to mouse and keyboard on a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But at least a year between, the releases on PlayStation and PC. I think I'm curious how far after a year that policy goes. Like, it's really like between a year and 18 months, like clockwork, or more than that. My gut tells me it'll be somewhere in a certain range, either from a year to 1 to 2 years, almost no matter what, as opposed to PlayStation games nonchalantly coming to PC when they do. Like God of War 2018 got to PC last January 2022, and that game originally came out in spring of 2018. That's almost 4-year lag time. But I think, as we talked about before, having this lag time reduced is a good move. A lot of money to be made in the PC market. A lot of PC players without PlayStation who would gladly want to experience these games sooner. Yeah, I don't have much to say besides that. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised either. And I am surprised that he's said it just outright.
Right.
But I think it's good that he has, like, because typically and historically Sony and PlayStation have been particularly tight-lipped about how they're going to approach things, and I think that the whole "we believe in generations" debacle and how that has 180 now because of real world situations that they couldn't have necessarily predicted. I think putting out at least this kind of business strategy, this area of their business strategy, one, it just makes sense. Like, you do want as big a community in a live service title as possible from the get-go. But also I think like it sets a precedent ahead of time so that Sony ponies who only want stuff on PlayStation can get their disappointment out of the way now before the actual wave of live service stuff starts coming out. And people that want to dive into the live service stuff on other platforms, or should I say on PC, know that they will be able to, so that they can involve themselves in the hype cycle and all of the marketing and stuff. They don't have to wait for, a game to be announced that's a live service title and then wait until 2 or 3 months before its release to find out that, yes, it is coming to PC as well. They will just know now, seemingly off the bat, that if it's live service, you're going to get it on PC straight away. So,
right.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool. Thanks. What about you, Bree?
So I understand that it's much sooner than what they were doing before, but I think that I'm wondering how much of it is that they're handing it, like what I was talking about, was it last week or the week before, where they're like handing the full game to the studio after it releases. And so that's how long it takes for them to then convert the game to PC.
I think it was last week.
Yeah, or if they're getting this game like pre-release and they're just like arbitrarily like setting a year. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is this like the game takes a year to get converted, or is this we just want the money to go to PlayStation for a year, or is it both?
Probably some mixture of both. I'm not sure in what relative proportion, but I think both things what you just said go into it.
I would wager it's the former, where they are just, holding it back for a year because they already, especially now that they have in-house PC development with Nixes, etc. Yeah. They will be able to, assuming that they are going to be the ones that port most of these titles over, along with some third parties, I'm sure, they will have access pre-release to these games. So I think it is just get another wave of expenditure coming in, that they can just make additional money, because people will want to double dip even if they are going to buy it day one on PlayStation. They'll be like, I want a PC version as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's that.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I would say, I don't know. I think I would rather have them, if it is that and they don't need to like have the time lag that much, I would say it might be smarter just to do like 3 to 6 months to keep the game relevant.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that they're going to do that. I do think they'll stay around the year, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to talk about fandom? All right, Sam.
Okay. Fandom acquires GameSpot's, Metacritic, Giant Bomb, and other sites. These brands will be centralized to Fandom's main platform. Game FAQs and other internet/TV platforms are also included, and the deal is evaluated at $55 million via the Wall Street Journal.
Wait. Is it Do you say FAQ? You said FAQ.
Yeah,
You guys
it's
call it game facts or game
yeah,
FAQs?
it's game facts.
I mean, it's FAQs is frequently asked questions, right?
But it's like a pun because like
But
facts, like
yeah, it's game
FACTS.
facts.
FAQs. It's the FAQs to be. Potato, potato.
Potato.
You need to put that comment there.
Vegetable talk. It's triggering me.
Yeah.
All right, I interrupted.
GameSpot Metacritic Giant Bomb
Please.
were previously acquired by Red Ventures
With
in
this.
2020 as part of a 500 million acquisition of CNET Media. That's coming from Danielle Partis at gamesindustry.biz.
Yeah. So they were a part of this. They were acquired part of a $500 million acquisition, and now they've been now GameSpot and some other brands are now acquired again, 55 million somewhere else. So they're getting thrown around. But Sam, you sighed like several times. Something tells me you're not excited.
No, I'm not. I think consolidation on any level in any industry is almost always not a great thing. It can be good, very, very dependent on circumstances. But yeah, this just kind of sucks because it came out of nowhere and there are so many sites included in this. And doubling this alongside like all of the layoffs in games media that we've seen recently, it just leaves an even worse taste in my mouth. So yeah, I don't think that there's a good way that you can spin this other than arbitrarily going like, maybe this means that these sites are less likely to close down entirely. But then I mean, maybe I'm out of the loop, but I didn't think that any of these sites were at risk of shutting down, even those that maybe had some layoffs. So I don't know. I just think it's a bad thing in general.
Fair enough.
I am also I feel like we're always talking about acquisitions at this point, and I don't feel like it's always been this way. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, you're right.
I know
think before the Bethesda deal, it was much more infrequent.
Yeah, and it just feels like everybody's like purchasing other companies or purchasing pieces of other companies. I don't know. The thing that I like, I think for this one specifically, the deal is basically that they're purchasing. So fandom is purchasing from Red Ventures. So these companies were already in one blanket, I believe. Right. So since it's like they're just going from one blanket to another blanket, I'm hoping that it won't be too terrible for the industry. But I think in general, like if we could just like stop with the acquisitions, like it just never stops at this point. Like I need like another fruit for it. I can't think of a fruit pun based on it, but I'll think about it.
I'm gonna try to think.
Don't hurt yourself.
All right, this might be a stretch.
Okay.
Parable instead of terrible.
There is a pair. I will buy one.
Okay.
Why are we enabling her? Why are we enabling her?
No, I'm in favor of this.
Don't worry. I actually have a secret agent that's been helping me think of puns. So.
Oh God.
Duolingo. I'm just kidding.
No.
All right, fair enough. Well, I guess it leaves me. I don't really like fandoms. How do I say this? As a platform, I never really liked fandom. I don't like how many wikis are on the fandom. How many game wikis are on the fandom platform. So I'm not that pumped about this, really. But if GameStop, Giant Bomb, Metacritic, etc., can remain independent in their, I guess they won't be independent, obviously. If they can remain independent in function, not money, but in function of what they do, at the end of the day, I hope it doesn't affect the normal GameSpot employee more than the umbrella you're under changed, but you're still doing what you were doing. And this really matters more for the really high ups, board members, executives, etc. So I hope, this is just switching hats, nothing more than that. So I think time will really tell to see if I'm not a fan of this acquisition yet, but I think right now I'm pretty neutral on it. But we'll see what happens. Ideally, this is speaking for me, I think maybe this is getting political, but it's all right. I'm a glober. I believe the Earth is round. There's a lot of things wrong with me. I think it would be cool if we ideally, in my world, if they're cooperatively owned gaming publishing sites would be cool. Like New Blood Interactive, who develops a lot of cool boomer shooters. They're all or make like Dusk and Medieval, Ultra Kill. Gloomwood is coming out. It's a cooperatively owned company. I'd like to see that as part of games media, but I also recognize that games, media, and journalism as a whole is still a world of large companies with their many branches. So, but
That's why you come to us for the news. I'm just kidding.
yeah, I guess I'll leave that there. And I hope this ends up well for the sites involved.
Mm.
But, all right, Bree, want to talk to us about
Okay.
stars?
No, but can we just like get rid of this already? Like,
You don't
anyway.
like, you don't like PlayStation? You don't like PlayStation stores? What's wrong? Oh, you don't like the PlayStation stores? You want to get rid of it?
You're lucky I'm not too close to you right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I would smack you.
I think we should also maybe get rid of it. But anyway,
PlayStation Stars loyalty program is now live in North and South America, and there may be a hidden 5th tier.
with new funky
PlayStation
mode, yeah.
PlayStation Stars has launched and is expected to launch in Europe on the 13th of October. According to some data mined info, there is a hidden 5th tier of stars, the diamond tier.
Ew.
Several images referring to the diamond tier rewards have been found, hosted on the PlayStation website, along with the description of the tier. Quote, in an endless sea of stars, it seems like there's nowhere to hide, but you wouldn't be here if you let challenges like that stop you. Welcome to level 5. Considering both of these images are hosted on PlayStation's official website, they are certainly real, but whether or not they'll actually be used is yet to be seen.
Well,
I really like that description. I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
they said Sea of Stars, and I'm pretty sure there's a game coming out called Sea of Stars. So, therefore, Sea of Stars is. I'll shut up. You guys not heard of Sea of Stars? You know, the retro-ish indie RPG.
I have heard of it, but I just wasn't sure where you were going.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I first thought of when he said Sea of Stars. Endless Sea of Stars. I'm like, that's a game. But
Starfield is confirmed coming to PlayStation, everyone.
yeah. Anyway, I'll stop interjecting.
You heard it here.
What do you think, Bree?
Okay, I am like kind of interested in like the diamond tier stuff. Like there's a hidden tier. Like what if there really is a hidden tier and you have to do this certain thing and like there'll be like the first person to unlock it and stuff like that. I'm kind of interested in like that whole thing. But, well, just because it's like hype and exciting and stuff. But other than that, I haven't even signed up for that yet.
Oh, you just press a button on the app. It's like you just press a button on the mobile app, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even pressed the button. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
That's how not into this I am, especially with like the customer service stuff. If they fix that, maybe I'll think about it. What do you guys think?
Well, yeah. What do you think, Sam?
Obviously, I wasn't here. You did talk about the customer service thing last week, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I may be controversial here. I don't have a problem with that because
all right.
All
right.
To me, it's no different to any other loyalty program. If you sign up to Amazon Prime, you have access to next day delivery. It's no different if you are more deeply embedded in the PlayStation ecosystem. It's not absurd to think that you would get better customer service. Now, does it suck that is gated behind something? Yes, but then that is standard across many different industries, I would argue.
Right. So I think that the argument wasn't like it wasn't that the customer service thing was necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's the way that you level up through the stars program.
Sure, yeah.
That makes the customer service thing already like it almost feels like because there's some people that that don't have a lot of money, so they get to play like 1 major game, 2 major games, 3 major games a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to take them forever to level up through these stars programs. So it almost feels like I'm sure that they didn't intend it this way, but it almost feels like a classes system where like if you're not rich and you can't get those games, you can't get the stars upgrade, you don't deserve the same customer service as the rich people do, kind of thing. That's what it feels like.
On the other hand, gaming is also a luxury, so it's like I don't feel that bad.
Yeah, I'm with you, but I think the point still remains that the more money you pump into a particular ecosystem or product as a customer, the way that the world works is that you will get more benefits because of that. You will be rewarded for your customer loyalty.
No, what I don't like, I mentioned it last week, is that there is no benefits for people who previously financially supported PlayStation as a consumer before the rollout of PlayStation Stars. So you could have like a complete PS4 collection, every single game in your garage, just every shelf. You have all of them. And it doesn't matter come PlayStation Stars.
Yeah. And even more recent than that, I think, like, again, I don't have access to it yet because I'm in Europe and
this is
Sony hates Europe. But I think one of the tasks that rewards you points is to buy like one of the newly released games, and one of them is Last of Us Part 1, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I saw that as a quest.
But it's not retrospective because like Part 1 basically just came out, and if you bought it before this program launched, you're straight out of luck. Unfortunately, that doesn't count. It's stuff like that that rubs me the wrong way, and I've seen it talked about elsewhere that like if there were just various other ways to accrue points that weren't just delegated to purchases or earning specific trophies in certain things. It's kind of like, again, I'm not that well versed, but the Xbox rewards thing, where there are like daily check-ins that you can refresh and they let
I
you
used to do
accrue
that
points.
for a while. Microsoft Rewards is better.
This is, I imagine that's probably what they're aiming towards, but it's just that because this program is in its infancy that they just haven't got there yet. That doesn't excuse it at all. I'm not making excuses for them, but I hope that over time it will adapt into that kind of thing where you can, like to your point, Brie, more easily and without spending money, more specifically, accrue points just through gameplay and investing hours into games that you enjoy, not just specific games that they label. Diamond tier, like all the PNG, whatever they are, stuff, get rid of that. The shelves that I've seen look horrible.
They look so bad.
I'm not into acquiring non-NFT NFTs. That's unnecessary. But I think that there is something good here. They just need to, like Sony do quite often, just rip out the unnecessary BS and focus on what actually the point of this program should be from the get-go. So,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think really have much to add. Well, all right. I will say the Microsoft Rewards, from what I saw, didn't you say on Kind of Funny? They did the calculation, and it's like to earn enough points for a $70 PS5 game, you have to
that
put
wasn't
in,
me, but somebody in the Discord did.
Or so you have to put an obscene amount of money in to get $70
It's
in
like
rewards.
an obscene amount of money. It's like I think over like 1,000.
So like on Microsoft Rewards, I bought Death's Door through Microsoft Rewards when I had my Series X, and that only took me a few months of saving up points, doing the dailies and doing some of the Game Pass quests. But it's like, I think Sony should be on that kind of pace when it comes to earning reward points, and that was all without buying games or earning them. So like, have daily quests to do, like whether it's a demo or have PlayStation incentivize PS Plus, have quests that give bonus points for playing a PS Plus game. A certain tier. I don't know. Like Sony can be, or play a free-to-play game for a certain match style or something like that, where Sony can make it so you can access this without paying obscene amounts of money and get a payout in less than 6 months.
So I pulled up the stats, and you have to spend over $1,500 to get enough points to get a free $70 game.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, unless you're a YouTuber, unless you're like John from Spawnwave, right, or someone else who does you're like a skill up, or do just game videos every day on YouTube, or a Twitch streamer who goes every day, you probably aren't getting that. You probably aren't spending $1,500 on games per year if you're.
No, I buy a lot of games, and I don't think I spend that much.
And also,
maybe if you add what I spend on League, but.
And also, if you're on PC and you're buying a lot of games, you're also probably buying a lot of games at like. Yeah, Ted.
What Ted said. Woo, go Ted.
Yeah, woo! Bye, Sam. You're probably buying games on PC at like $5 to $10, $15 clip, not $70 every time, right? Sam's coming back.
We're just gonna stare at him and be really quiet.
Yeah.
Hello. What did I miss?
Well, Sam, your dog barked while I was talking.
Ted was emphasizing your point, to be fair,
So,
Taylor.
He
I'm
was like a here. That was
Yeah.
that's what he was
going
doing.
to have to leak what game you've been playing. That's the consequence.
We got the deets.
Sam, you've been playing a game that will be available on the PlayStation 5.
That is true. How dare you? How dare you?
I got him. All right.
Got him.
Anyway, you didn't really miss much
No.
while you and Ted were in fisticuffs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right, moving on to story 4. So players can now link their PlayStation Network and Steam accounts. So this is new, and the first game that allows this is Marvel Spider-Man on PC, which added this new feature. Evidence of planned connectivity between the PSN and PC versions of Sony's games were discovered earlier this year, but has become official with today's update. So a new registration page on the PlayStation website, which allows players to make the connection between their accounts, is also now live. Quote, link your Steam account to PSN to receive unlocks in this and other PlayStation Studios games, this game being Marvel Spider-Man. Quote, you will also receive the latest news, updates, and offers from PlayStation Studios games on PC or PlayStation platforms, and you can register by creating a Sony account for PSN or by signing in with your existing Sony account and password. And Nixon has also confirmed you will receive the early unlock of the Resilient Suit, Concussive Blast, and 2 skill points on Spider-Man when you link your Steam and PSN accounts. It's from Jordan Middler at VGC. Yeah, I don't think much to talk about here, but it's just cool. Sony's finally acknowledging that you can link these two worlds. I wonder if it's any new headway towards a PlayStation PC launcher. They're obviously, they already included PlayStation activity to Discord, and now you can link it with your Steam account. So Sony's slowly but surely making more strides towards integrating their ecosystem into the PC market more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's just evidence of that.
I would almost argue that this makes it seem like, why would they invest in this if they're doing their own launcher? Do you know what I mean?
Well, the launcher isn't,
because if they can have a partnership with Steam, then I don't know. That's my preference.
if they have a partnership with Steam, so Steam takes a 30% cut of sales. If Sony has their own launcher, they take all of it, right? Literally all of it for first-party titles, all of that revenue. So that's one reason. The other is to build, I think, a more loyal loyal consumer base, kind of pre-gaming them before you launch them.
I get why they would do it, but I'm saying if they're investing into partnering with Steam, then maybe my dreams will come true and they won't do a launcher.
I don't think they're partnering with them. I think they're just using Steam in the interim while they're developing their own solution.
Yeah.
You're crushing my dreams here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Corporations tend to do that.
What is the point of linking the game to your PSN? I'm not sure. I read through the article and I was still very unclear why you would do this besides just getting the unlockables.
More in game. The unlockables, literally, it's literally it. It's like why you would, you've seen games.
So why did they want it linked though?
Why does who?
Why does PlayStation want it linked if they're just giving you unlockables?
Because they want to get you, the PC player who's only on Steam, into their ecosystem. They want you to explore the Sony brand, the PlayStation brand.
See.
Maybe you buy a PS5. Maybe you see more PlayStation Studios games on PC you want to buy. Kind of, they're trying to pull you into their ecosystem so they can make more money off of you in the future.
See, I think I was thinking too much as I already have a PSN, so I'm why would I even do this? But that makes more sense.
Okay. Yeah. And right, like we said in the quote, they encourage you to create your own PSN account just for linking these, and you get these rewards. So, and then you get these marketing emails. It's it's more advertising potential to you as a consumer.
Mm.
I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I don't think there's much for me to add necessarily. I'm almost certain PlayStation and Sony aren't going to do this because they have a history of making people double dip, triple dip, whatever.
Hey.
But I would hope that, assuming, like you, and I do believe that they will eventually make a PlayStation/Sony launcher for PC.
Well, Bree doesn't want it.
I know Brie doesn't want it, but she's 2-1 with me and you. So
You guys want a launcher?
Yeah.
If let me back up. If there's cross saves immediately, if there's cloud saves from PlayStation to PC on command or like automatically, yes. If that doesn't exist, no.
Yes. And to further my point, which is I think even more extreme, I would hope that Sony and PlayStation as they are now would not do this. Maybe in the future, when the industry has shifted slightly one way or another, they might. But like cross-buy as well. Because if you can link your PSN account, especially at least for first-party games, it can register that you already own that title and then just allow you to download it. More realistically, they might allow a discount on purchase.
Yeah, I would say a discount. They wouldn't let you just get it free like that.
Yeah, Sony now definitely wouldn't, but maybe in the future, if I'm dreaming, that would be ideal.
Okay.
So
if they're doing stuff like that, I would get behind it. But otherwise, I don't want another launcher. Yeah. Did you guys see that EA is doing another launcher? Or they're doing their own launcher as well?
I thought, didn't they have Origin?
They are doing another one. Like there's, I just read a story and I didn't add it because it had nothing to do with this.
I'm looking this up.
But I saw that there was like another launcher being made. I was like, are you kidding me?
Origin, I'm one of those console people that are like, I look at launchers and I'm just like, well, it's just a different button I have to press. I don't have
annoying.
So it's to replace it.
Oh, they're replacing it. Okay,
yeah,
that's. I mean, either way, it sucks.
Well, Bree, if you have, I think I mentioned it before, GOG, however you say it, Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
It centralizes all the games you own across every PC marketplace. You have to, granted, when you first log into it, you have to link every account to GOG Galaxy, but after you do, it's a centralized page to where you can select any game.
Do you still have to have the other launchers downloaded?
Yeah.
Okay, so my real problem is that like I'm running out of space, literally running out of space on my PC, not for games, but for launchers, because you need the launchers like on your actual PC. Whereas like I have like an extended like 2 terabyte like drive that I can download like my games onto to play from, but the actual like launchers have to be on your PC
drive.
and I'm running out of space because there's so many freaking launchers.
I have my boot. Yeah, so it's like on your boot drive, your C drive, they have to be installed there. So my boot drive, I stupidly built my PC with only 120 gigabyte boot drive. So it's like I have 14 gigs of free space that I have to like make sure, like if I don't monitor it like every couple weeks, I'll get too low on space.
I have 223 gigabytes.
There you go. So when I build my PC next or upgrade it, the first thing I'm going to do is make my boot drive a terabyte at least. But yeah, the launchers take usually a gig or more, and when you're running out of space on your boot drive for Windows, it gets annoying.
Yeah, so the thing is like I have so much space on my computer. I have 4 terabytes in 2 different drives available, and I can't put the launchers on there.
Oh wow!
So I just have like I have 4 terabytes of space. I just can't like there's games on there, but like the rest of it, I'm like.
Well, there are ways to clone your boot drive to a bigger drive without like reinstalling everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I would look into that when it comes to the future for fixing that problem, because that's what I think I'll eventually do.
Yeah, I think if I uninstall Riot stuff, that would save me a bunch of space. But
anyway, so sorry for talking your ear off about PC logistics, Sam. I know it's fun.
Are you anti-PC gaming, or you just don't have a PC?
I think he's lukewarm about it. Let's see what he says.
Like I play some stuff very, very intermittently on PC.
Like plug and play.
What?
Yeah, it's just not for me. Like, I think it's like a console with extra steps, and I know that that's simplifying. I know that that's being hyperbolic.
You can't say that.
But yeah, I'm very simple. I just like to be able to press a thing and put a disc in, and there we go. I don't
You just want it simple.
like. Yeah, I don't like upgrading
You
drives
just
and
want it
stuff.
easy. You're not cut out for this, Sam.
Yeah,
You're not cut out for
Yeah.
PC
You
gaming.
don't know the struggle.
I'm a
You're
mere
not
peasant down
upgrading to
here,
a 3080.
You're not
praying
good
down
enough
to the
for
PC
it.
Master Race up
You don't.
there.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm Sam, and I'm not going to
Ooh.
spend $2,500 on a new PC.
Whoa, I did not spend $2,500.
I know.
On
I
mine.
spent like $1,200-ish, but it's like I'm not. So you're telling me, Sam, you're not going to spend $1,200 on a PC with all these extra steps, and you'd rather spend your 550. Well, if you were to buy your PS5 today, £550 just for.
Not to mention, when you build it, you can literally break the thing
Oh,
that you're
yeah.
trying to build.
The biggest anxiety moment,
Oh,
most
your
anxiety-inducing
socks off.
moment of PC gaming is on the first boot after you build it, hoping when you press the power button, it turns on without issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's about a couple days after that where you have to be very vigilant to make sure there's nothing terribly wrong with how you're setting up your software and how your PC's reacting. It's great.
It's very fickle.
One time I overclocked my RAM, my PC wouldn't turn
God.
on because it had too much. I assigned too much power into. It's a thing. And so, Sam, you're telling me you don't want to deal with all that?
You're making it all sound very enticing, I must say. I think I'm being converted on the spot live.
I know.
That's
all
amazing.
Right. The thing I will say is the customizability, the mods, the indie scene,
The
the discounts
colors.
on Steam.
The glowy colors.
Right,
are
that's
the
all the
best.
nice things. But
that's all great.
What you get in software customizability and accessibility, you sacrifice for
cost, and
hardware
ease.
complexity, and cost.
Yeah.
Right. And some people are into that. Like, I'm into that, of like building your computer and like the components. Some people get pre-built and don't want anything to do with it. Like Donnie from Play Some Video Games Network. He bought his PC pre-built with a 3080 as built. All he wants to do is plug and play, and that's what he does because he bought his pre-built. Is like, he has a friend named Dev who tells him what to buy. He's like the PC informant for him. Whatever he tells him to do, Donnie goes and he does that. Then he plays his game, plugs his controller in. That's all he wants to do with it. So there are a few PC people who are wealthy / of that breed who can just deal with the plug and play on a PC point. But it's really not that simple. And you also you have to have a fair amount of know-how navigating software. So I understand. It's okay. I don't forgive you.
That's okay. How else are you gonna see Lady Dom in like super high definition, like so
Lady
close to your face?
Lady, what's her name?
Domitrescu.
Oh, it's Domitrescu. What's her real name? Demetrescu?
I'm telling you her real name.
I thought it was spelled with an I. D-I-M.
It's Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu?
It's how it's spelled anyway.
Okay. Yeah. She can throw me against the concrete. And okay.
Stab you with her long nails?
Whoa. Maybe.
It's maybe. It's not off the table.
Not off the table. Moving on. You want to talk about Horizon again?
I think it's my turn.
Okay.
A remaster or remake of Horizon Zero Dawn is reportedly in the works alongside a brand new multiplayer game for PS5 and PC. It isn't 100% clear if this would be a full remake like the recent Last of Us Part 1 or just a remaster, but some of the details make it seem like it is trending more towards the latter. The reports claim this new version will add, quote, accessibility features, graphics modes, and quality of life improvements to the gameplay itself. In a sense, it appears to improve the original to the upgraded graphics of Horizon Forbidden West. Alongside the news of this remake/remaster, the reports also claim that Guerrilla Games is hard at work on a Horizon multiplayer game for PS5 and PC. In 2020, a Guerrilla job listing was looking for a game programmer with multiplayer experience to work on a, quote, epic open world game. reports seem to indicate that it will be a Monster Hunter style game set in the
That's why I
Horizon
put it in all caps
universe.
because
That is why you put it in the show notes.
I was freaking out.
This is coming from Adam Bankhurst at IGN. It's a two-pronged story. There is a very positive and a very negative thing here, I think.
Wow.
I don't know if it's a super negative.
Wow, Sam.
I think it depends on what they do with it.
The negative here is the Monster Hunter Horizon. Okay. That was a
Caleb?
joke. That's a
Come here,
joke.
come here,
Don't
here.
kill me, Monster Hunter fans. Let Rathalos kill you. Just you kill me. Don't you kill me. All right.
Whatever you just talked. You just barely talked about how somebody you want somebody to throw you around and kill you. Come
No, I mean not that kind of kill me, but like
okay. Oh, okay.
you know. Okay. So yeah, I think it's relatively clear that this remake of Horizon, most people are not in favor of. I think it's too soon. We already got a 60 FPS patch on PS5, and they gave the game away for play at home, like free to keep, not even PlayStation Plus linked. I don't. And they have checkerboard upscaling 4K. That was one of the first PS4 Pro promotions that they had for that console. Like Horizon Zero Dawn seems like it already has enough to exist in the next gen atmosphere without any alterations. Maybe I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn yet. That's the big blind side I have as a PlayStation player.
So
but I know people had qualms about the original game's melee. Maybe if they put somehow the original game in Forbidden West combat engine, maybe I could see it a little bit. But I don't.
Okay, so the thing is since this seems to be not a full remake and just a remaster, it seems like because they're just doing like the accessibility features, graphics modes, it sounds like they're working on like some cutscene stuff. It sounds like they're just trying to like make the game a little like they're just trying to raise the game a little bit. I don't think that they're going to charge for this. That would be my gut feeling. But I could be wrong, especially since Sam was making eyes at me.
Are you kidding me? You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice brie?
I don't think they're going to charge specifically for what they're doing here.
They're going to charge. Of course they are.
But okay, so the way what it sounds like is it sounds like PlayStation is trying to upgrade their games in preparation for different TV shows coming out, right? So they're upgrading The Last of Us TV shows coming out. They're upgrading Horizon TV shows coming out. So they want these games to be ready and playable with the best experience for players that have never seen these games and will be jumping into these games for the first time after seeing the TV show. They're going to want to jump in, right?
That might be me for Zero Dawn, maybe.
I'm going to be playing Zero Dawn here pretty soon after we get past this rush of like fall games. Hopefully I could play it in like December or something. Anyways, so yeah, I think that just touching on like the remaster point, I don't think that this is like necessarily bad news. If they're going to try and charge $70 for it, then I would be upset. But otherwise, if they're just trying to like improve the game in preparation for the TV's release, I think it's fine. TV show.
Well, what if they charge for it though?
That's what I'm saying is I'm not happy if they're charging for it.
They will. I
don't think they will.
They are going to charge you no less than $50 for this.
I disagree.
Yep. Probably 70.
Yeah.
Why? Because
yes, because they can, and also this isn't just going to be like this isn't just an update or a patch. Like if it is, even if it's just being labeled as a remaster, they are going to box it as a PS5 title and release it. There isn't going to be like, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there's going to be an upgrade path like there was for other late gen PS4 titles, because Horizon admittedly isn't an old game by any stretch, 5 years. But I just don't think that it's going to work in the way like one of the director's cuts would, where you can just put it in and maybe it's like a $10 thing. I don't think they're going to do that. I would say between 30 to 50 is probably where they'll place it. I think if they do it at 70, it's like just DOA. Like I can't see people are going to pay 70. People are already revolting.
I think new uninformed consumers,
sure,
buying the game
If
off
you're
the
buying
shelf.
the game for the first time, then I don't think that that's a problem.
A lot of mainstream consumers who aren't this well informed see, oh, PlayStation Studios game. The GameStop employee tells me this is a premier PlayStation experience for my kid. I'll buy it. Like for gaming enthusiasts, I think they might have second thoughts. For a parent or someone who just wants something new on their PlayStation to play, doesn't follow this podcast or IGN or any of this stuff.
But if you haven't played, you don't own Horizon Zero Dawn, you've never played Horizon Zero Dawn, asking for like $60 or $70 for the experience is like, they're already charging 60 for it right now, right?
I think
So,
no, it's like 20
No,
because it's a
it's
greatest
too-
hits PlayStation 4 title now.
oh, is it permanently on sale now?
And
Okay.
yeah, well, yeah, it's part of the greatest hits like God of War 2018 and some other titles.
Okay, so then I guess like it just depends on like how much you're charging like up from that for like a brand new person purchasing the game. For people that have already bought the game once or twice, like I think that it wouldn't be fair to charge more than maybe $10 to upgrade it. But I guess we'll see. But I like just want to talk about Monster Hunter Horizon. Come on.
It's very
Come
Monster
on.
Hunter though.
What?
But you already have
Yeah.
Monster Hunter. Like, isn't?
Oh, but this is different than Monster Hunter because you're hunting these like giant machines. Like,
But you're already hunting machines in Horizon.
You're
You're already
just a
hunting
hater.
machines in Horizon, Bree.
I'm just a hater.
I think the
If
only
you-
reason that this would get me super excited is if it wasn't as convoluted as Monster Hunter is. Because I tried Monster Hunter World,
I'm with you, Sam.
And it was a great
there
time.
was just like a Bible's worth of
Yep.
text and
Same.
screens I had
I
to
don't
get
want that
through.
shit.
And I
I
was
will
like,
help you. If you guys really want to get into it, I will help you.
No,
Like,
I'm not that committed to struggle
love it.
through.
I'm with
all of
Sam
these
It's
here.
not
tutorials.
that hard. It really isn't that hard.
See, people
Monster
say
Hunter
that,
World.
and then I get hit with like, 5 of Mice and Men's in a row, and I'm like, I can't.
Bree, it feels like I have to study for an exam when I play Monster Hunter.
Yeah, like the conceptually,
But
the
I
idea
think you
is
guys
awesome.
might be like invested like a little too hard because it's not that complicated. Like you just like go on a hunt, you eat food, you have a cat make you food. There's a cat chef. It makes you food, you eat the food, you go on a hunt. Like it's
But I think the only reason you're saying it's that simple is because you've already subconsciously understood how all the systems work.
right, but I don't
Yeah.
remember like having to spend a bunch of time reading the systems. Like I wasn't super stressed about that.
Did you learn the game by yourself or with a friend?
Kind of by myself, kind of with a friend. It was like we were playing next to each other.
Okay, I did hear the solo experience is a lot harder to onboard to the game than with people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I would hesitate to say that if you don't have friends to play with, getting into the game right now is probably not a good idea.
Which game? Rise?
Monster Hunter World.
World. Okay.
Because World has slowed down a lot, and so like getting into hunts takes not longer, but like you're getting into teams basically with people that have played this game forever. You're not getting into teams with like brand new players, right?
So it's hit like shark territory in fighting games. Like people, a game that hasn't had updates in a long time, but people who still go online, we term them as sharks because they're already so good at the game. They wipe the floor with you. Obviously, in a co-op game, they're not going to be hurting you, but it's like they already have a level of gear, weapons, and knowledge and skill that so far eclipse yours that it might seem intimidating. I thought Rise is the premier Monster Hunter game right now.
I think it is. I'm not playing it, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think like if you can gather like because it's only 4 people that you need to go on a hunt, like, and even if you have 2 people, because palicos if you go with just one other person, you can have 2 people and 2 palicos, and the palicos are really cute. So that's a bonus.
Okay. All right.
I'm hyped for this. You guys are party poopers.
Streamline down Monster Hunter to its bare essentials and get rid of
make
all
it
of
more
the...
complicated.
No. If it is as complicated or more, I'm out. I don't care. If it is streamlined, which I imagine it probably will be, where it is not like a proper massive MMO thing, but just, hey, this is where you go to hunt a Thunderjaw. This is where you go to hunt a thing, with a hub area. And you might argue that's what Monster Hunter is, but no. I'm interested. Yeah, it depends on the execution, but I could be in or I could be very, very, very much out. Depends.
So Breeds, pressure's on you.
I got it.
All right, tell us about
Ragnarok has gone gold. Woo! Sony Santa Monica has announced via Twitter that Ragnarok has gone gold.
what
That's all there is.
Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, made by the hit
Yeah.
PlayStation studio
I just said Sony Santa Monica.
Sony Santa Monica.
I don't know what's happening right now.
It's Santa Monica. Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
As a local Californian, I know.
San Jose, huh? Have there been people who pronounce it that way? There must be.
Unironically,
San
no.
Diego.
Okay.
I've not heard that one. The place that I grew up is Tooele County, but it's spelled Tooele. So people say Thule. That's probably the one I've heard mispronounced the most.
Okay. Well, anyway, God of War's gold. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'll
Let's
be playing
just,
day one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're just gonna be
We're all
playing
playing it day
this.
one.
So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yep, I will probably be playing it a little bit later than you guys because I have a job, but I will be playing it.
I mean, I have class, so like, I probably won't be beating it as fast as Kevin and Sam will. Well,
Sam will
I'm
have
not saying,
already beat it.
Sam, they can't.
The
like,
day it
Sam-
comes out, it's like somehow already
I'm not saying
platinum.
like, I have less time. Sam and Kevin are lazy and they're gonna, so they just have all the time. No, Kevin just finishes games at a miraculous pace, and
I don't think he actually plays games. Like,
and
I
Sam
don't.
does games for his job, so that's why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Kevin, like, I want to like watch him do a full playthrough of a game because I have a feeling he's skipping a lot of stuff.
Oh, well, actually, let me back up and say, for listeners who don't know what going gold means in video games, going gold means the final build of the game, the build of the game that will be released day one on disc and digitally, assuming there's an absence of a day one patch. This is the first retail version of the game that's pushed to consumers.
Yep.
So at
And
this
this
point
is
now,
like what they print on the CDs and
they're
all
printing
that
it on the
stuff.
Blu-ray, and they're throwing it up on the PlayStation Marketplace. Granted, there's a moderate to high chance there's a day one patch because that's how games work these days. Between the month or so of where a game goes gold and day one, they have more time to work out bugs and kinks. And if there's a large amount of them, sometimes day one patches become more important than they should be. But this is great news that the game is on pace and on time for November 11th, correct?
9th.
November 9th. Yep. So, hyped.
Woo! Okay, next one. Let's go.
All right. So this is actually a really cool story. Brie, I'm glad you included this in the show notes.
Thanks.
So
we got to get our tin hats on.
Yeah. Well, actually, I don't think it's as much of a tin foil hat theory as you might think.
The next one is.
Oh, okay. Kojima, yeah. But for Crash Bandicoot.
I feel like both of these are in the same category, but not exactly the same.
Maybe announced at the Game Awards, ?
Here's my.
So right now it's heavily rumored that Crash Bandicoot Wumpa League, WUMPA, Wumpa League, will be at the Game Awards on December 8th. And the game is also slated for an October 18th Steam release. This has been confirmed by Activision at the time of this recording.
No, that's the for whatever. That's a different game.
Sorry, I say, my bad. Not Wumpa League. Crash 4 is slated for an October 18th Steam release. This is now confirmed by Activision. So the new Wumpa League announcement and the Steam release news for Crash 4 stem from a promotional pizza box Activision has been sending to gaming influencers. So on the pizza box, it says, is it Aku Aku or Aku Aku?
Aku Aku.
Aku Aku's Steam in Pizza Shack is what's on the top of the pizza box. As the name and logo was hinting at the PC Steam release, Steam, is the Steam premier marketplace on PC for games. This has since been confirmed for Crash 4 for October 18th. But more interestingly, a message on the side of the pizza box says, quote, "Hungry for more? Try our new Wumpa pizza now for $12.08 or 12.08. And December 8th is the day of the Game Awards. And there's a new Crash game with the word Wumpa that has been rumored for years prior to this. So this seems like Activision is teasing towards a new Crash-related announcement on the Game Awards for December 8th. I really don't think that monetary figure is a coincidence, guys.
Mm-hmm.
With the Game Awards. And Toys for Bob, who developed the Crash Insane trilogy and Crash 4, left hints on a new project they're developing, suggested as Crash 4 by Windows Central. Windows Central said earlier in the year that a 4-player Crash brawler is in the works. This may be the new Wumpa League Crash game Activision is teasing. And if it's called Wumpa League, that sounds like a combative type game. So I would be placing a majority wager on that. It is the same game. Well, it seems like a head-to-head game of some sort. And this comes to us from Matt Wales at Eurogamer. So yeah, Crash 4 is coming to PC on October 18th, and I think we're getting new Crash in the Game Awards. I think we are. I'm convinced by the story.
I'm
As
also
am I.
convinced. Yeah, we're on this hype train. Woo woo! I'm very excited about this. I don't know. I think that I really love Crash Team Racing, and it's been quite some time since I've
Ooh,
been able to pick up one of those games.
I've been wanting to play it. Considering I'm a huge Mario Kart fan, Team Racing always seemed cool.
Yeah, Crash Team Racing is a really fun time.
Well, they released a remaster of it, right? Is that the one you played or the original?
I played the original.
Yeah, so they released a new Crash Team Racing. I think Nitro Fueled is the name of it.
Where it was like 2 or 3 of the games in one, right?
No, that was
that was the
just
Insane
remaster
trilogy.
of the trilogy. Yeah.
I thought that they included a couple of the Crash Team Racing. My bad.
No, but the point is that it seems like a cool racer.
Yeah,
Crash spinoffs
it
have
is
been fun. Yeah, and I know Kevin from Project X Talk is probably over the moon for this news. He's a big Crash fan. He loves Crash 4 too. So, and he loves Smash, and I love Smash. 4-player brawler, any Smash-like game I'll try it out. So, yeah. All right. Now, who wants to talk about my friend Hideo?
I can go, but I think it's Sam's turn. If you,
I'll take it. I was just scrolling down. Kojima. That is the title of this segment.
Oh yeah, the game is called Kojima.
Yeah,
he named his next game after himself, guys.
Getting really meta. Interesting.
Yeah.
Through a QR code at PAX Australia, a project called Hideo Kojima Game by Kojima Productions was listed. Kojima Productions has been dropping hints about the protagonist of Kojima's next game, which is speculated to be Overdose. It has now been confirmed that Elle Fanning, the actress, will be in the next Kojima game via Lance McDonald on Twitter. The first teaser started with Who Am I? With a silhouette, and once Elle was confirmed, Kojima Productions released Where Am I? With Elle Fanning on the poster with a Hideo Kojima game X Elle Fanning on the side. It appears almost as if it's a movie poster, coming from Kat Bailey at IGN. I am going to jump in. It's Death Stranding 2. I am almost 100% certain. Have either of you played Death Stranding?
I played 10 hours of it at launch, and then I'm like, oh, this is boring, and I turned it off. But I want to return to it one day.
Okay.
I was told not to play it because it sucked. I don't know.
Wow.
Whoa. There's a lot of different opinions, but I heard once you get past like the 15-hour mark, it gets really good or something.
I really enjoyed it. I wasn't ever going to purchase it, and then I think it was, I don't want to misquote, I think it was actually Greg Miller who sent something on Twitter that was along the lines of, if you're interested in trekking through a post-apocalyptic landscape, that's a mouthful, and like listening to the rain, then check this game out. And I was like, I'm kind of down. I played through it, didn't platinum it because it was horrendous, but I really enjoyed it. I think that as long as you're in the right headspace, getting through the initial couple of hours is fine, because you are meant to struggle in the first few hours. It's meant to be a real pain in the ass. And I know that isn't going to gel with some people. Some people just won't like it. But once you contextualize it with the ease that comes around the 10-hour mark, or like chapter 2 or 3 in the story, it kind of recontextualizes the suffering. And I know that that's like hokey and corny and cliche, but that's Kojima. And without spoilers, I'm trying to be very careful.
Watch yourself, because I'm going to play this game.
I am almost 100% certain that this Elle Fanning's character is, again, not spoiling how anything happens or anything, but I'm pretty sure Elle Fanning is going to be the grown-up version of the baby in the container.
That's what I thought too. I mean, not that I played the game, but I was like, this is
Spoiler.
definitely the baby.
I'm not going to explain
Spoiler.
how or why I think that or anything.
Wait, was she in the first game?
She was not.
Oh, I thought she was.
No.
I thought she was the blonde in the first game.
Afraid not.
Oh, that's the other white blonde. Okay.
But all two of them, the two that exist in the world, she was the other one.
Right.
I think that's what this is going to be. The project is codenamed Ocean. Obviously, water and the ocean,
Named
whales,
after the ocean.
everything has a very direct link to various different thematic elements in Death Stranding. And the poster itself has lines running down it that are strands, which again it's meta, but it's also an actual mechanic in Death Stranding.
Strand type.
I just, the vibes I get are 100% Death Stranding 2. Now, whether it's PlayStation exclusive, that I'm shaky on. I would wager probably yes, because I think PlayStation own the IP.
Let's see.
But you never know. A PC release could come pretty soon after whenever this game comes. I could be wrong. It could be Overdose, because I know we've seen unofficially the logo for Overdose. But I would wager that Death Stranding 2 is going to come first.
Yep, PlayStation owns it. They own the Death Stranding IP.
Okay.
Interesting.
I am so here. This is like kind of like a modern mystery kind of thing, and I really enjoy these kinds of things where it's like once everybody figured out who was in the poster, then it's like where is this? And then once we
right?
Once we
reality.
figure that out, and then like we go from there. I don't know. Like I'm interested to see where this like story unfolds to, and like where this takes us. Even if it like is just at the end, it's like, oh, it's just like Death Stranding 2, which is like arguably a cool announcement, even if it's just like something simple like that, or we kind of already know what's coming. Like this mystery that we're getting along the way, this journey along the way, I think is a lot of fun. So
Amen.
feels a lot. I don't know if you guys have heard of the book Cain's Jawbone. Feels a lot like that. It's this book where the entire purpose of the book is to pull the book apart because it's out of order, and you have to like try and figure out like the like murder mystery in the pages. And they're holding a competition actually this year. This game is from like the 50s or something like that, and it just had a resurgence on TikTok, and so they're re-upping the competition to see who can figure it out. And only 5 people I think ever have figured out the murder mystery in like the 70 years that the book has been around. So yeah, if you want to enter that competition, it's like you have until like December. So I own the book. It's over there, but I'm not doing I'm too lazy. So yeah, it feels very much like that. I love those kinds of things.
Very Kojima to do
cool. Yeah.
allusions to his games before he announces them.
New Metal Gear something. All right, I'll shut up.
Don't get my hopes up.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see what this is. I want to, I think I would like Death Stranding as a movie, so I think I want to try it as a game because, like, I like Interstellar and the Christopher Nolan epic films and stuff like that. Bree's really into it with her body language right now.
I don't like space stuff. I don't know how I'm playing Outer Wilds.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give you any hints as to like what. Anyway. But I think like Death Stranding as a concept and like as a project seems like something I'd be into. So maybe I might. So I had the game on PS4, and I think it's part of the PS Plus collection on PlayStation Extra, the director's cut. I might just restart it on there from scratch. I think I got like 10 hours in. I think less than that on originally. But this is cool, and it might spark my interest to try Death Stranding again. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But Death Stranding 2 is a good bet.
Maybe they'll remake it as well. And then we can
they already have the director's cut. Okay,
No,
they already
but
have the
what if
director's cut. They're not going to remake it after the director's cut.
I'm pretty sure there was a director's cut of The Last of Us.
What I could imagine them doing
wasn't.
instead of being like, oh, we're remaking the original, because that would be dumb, is whenever this does get announced, which could be Game Awards, because Keighley and Kojima have a very tight bond.
Right.
Keighley is in Death Stranding.
Perhaps a romantic relationship.
No, I would wager, because Kojima Productions is about they're interested in doing multimedia stuff. I could see a Death Stranding film be announced alongside the debut of
His
Death Stranding
cast
2.
are film and TV stars, so
Precisely. Or a show, either or. I would prefer a film, but
Death Stranding already
obviously
seems
that
like half a film anyway.
it is pretty much, and
That
it's a
seems
very
so
good
cool.
one.
It seems
if
really
you get
cool.
there.
I want to go back to it now, guys. I'm gonna re-download it after we finish podcast.
Yes. Just get in the right headspace, and I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
What's the right headspace?
Nothingness.
Get in
Zen.
the headspace of knowing that the game wants to kick your ass to begin with, but once you start putting the pieces together of making your journeys easier, it's probably one of the most rewarding things I've done in a long time in games. And that isn't going to click for everyone. Like, you know, you might try it, Taylor, and still like just be like, nah, it's not really for me. I get what they're trying to do, but it doesn't work. But it is quite euphoric, because I was, you know, you're tumbling over and you're damaging your cargo, and you're like, oh, fuck, got to restart, or I'm not going to get as good a score and reward for this. But once you start figuring stuff out and knowing routes to get to specific places, it's very emergent gameplay, which is something I'm not quite
Oh, I
used
love
to.
emergent gameplay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, this is now Death Stranding family hour, but I'm here for it. All right. Thanks. So with that, we finish our new segment, and we have no listener questions this week because our Discord dislikes us. And we're going to go into Limitless next, where we talk about whatever we want, games related. So,
Not a lot of selection. Sorry, I forgot to think of some
Pri, it's
stuff.
okay.
I forgot to think about it. I'll think about it next time.
I think we should go with the second one first.
We don't have to do both of them. We can just do one. I
We
don't
already
know.
talked about Elden Ring today.
There's never enough Elden Ring or Dark Souls talk.
Yeah, you're probably right. But are you guys planning on getting the God of War Ragnarok Platinum?
Yes.
I don't
It's a
get Platinum,
no-brainer
so
for me.
Probably not, unless it's Spider-Man 2018, because that was dumb easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining there's probably going to be some sort of Valkyrie challenge again, or something similar. And so that's probably going to be a no for me, because I got angry really quick.
I'm surprised you can tolerate FromSoft games, but not the Valkyries.
Tolerate is a very strong word. I do a lot of this thing where I literally will put my controller down and sit and punch my hand.
At least you're not. Yeah.
Tolerate. Yeah. I mean, I don't break controllers, so that's a
good.
plus.
So
a lot of people break controllers.
So what about Valkyries got you so angry that?
I don't know. I think it was like almost like I played this whole game and now I got to do this. Are you kidding me? Well, I wanted to. I'm very much like I weirdly like 100%ing games, even though I don't finish. I think that's why I end up not finishing a lot of stuff, is because I like 100%ing stuff. So I go too hard.
You go all or nothing,
you know,
and that's not good.
And then I never make it to the 100% because I go way too hard. This is what happens with Ghost of Tsushima. Don't know what I'm doing here.
Okay, well, Sam will. Yeah, he just said he will.
I will. I will.
I won't.
Likely have it platinumed within the first week of release, depending on how.
It'll take you a whole week.
Yeah, because I'm not going to get it pre-release. I'm not covering it for IGN, because I want to just relax and enjoy playing it as opposed to actually.
Can you schedule time off to be like, God of War's out, I'm not doing IGN work for these few days?
I could, and that probably will be the case. I'll just say that I'm unavailable.
Yeah. When I start working,
be like, I wonder why.
if I was working right now and not at school, like if this was next fall, I would take personal time off just for this game.
I took a bunch of time off for Elden Ring this year, but I'm not gonna take time off for this game. It's not that I don't love this game. I don't think it's gonna be great. It's just got other stuff I got to take time off for around the holiday season, and I'm not good about saving my time off. So,
fair enough. All right. Well, I think. Are you guys okay if we move on to the introduction now?
Of course.
How dare you?
It's okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Glad to have Sam back this episode. And you can find us
Sam
on
1.0.
Yeah. 1.0. Again, you can find us on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia. Check out our Patreon, Discord, Extra Life. Links are all in the show notes. And Bree, where can people find you?
You can find me at Fabulous Brianna almost anywhere. You can find me on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, on TikTok. Come hang out.
MySpace.
No, again with the
LinkedIn.
MySpace.
Tumblr.
Still, you can find me on LinkedIn, but I go by my full name on LinkedIn, so it'll be Brianna Harami if you want to connect
LinkedIn
there.
plug.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess I don't know.
All right. How about you, Sam?
People can find me on Twitter at Sam Heaney. That's Heaney.
Awesome. Yeah, all one word. So
You can find Taylor on not Twitter.
what? No. You can find me on our Discord, and I don't have Twitter because my mom blocked it. Sorry, guys. So can't access Twitter on any device on any internet connection. It's unfortunate.
It's a global thing that your mum has
Yeah.
done. She's just commandeered the
That's actually pretty
satellites.
impressive,
Yeah.
honestly.
She has taken over cyberspace and identified every IP address that I access
Damn.
from and said, nope, not over this network. Bye-bye. And redirects me to Yahoo homepage. So look at all
Ew.
this cool Yahoo news, football,
Ew.
and no, I'm just kidding. Yahoo homepage kind of disgusts me.
It is disgusting.
And if you use Yahoo homepage, I'm not judging you.
if you use
kind of-
Bing, I am judging
Kind
you.
of judging you. No, I don't judge people who use Bing if it's for Microsoft rewards, because you used to get points for that. If I don't know if you still do, but all right. Anyway, thank you all so much, and until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.